What is up, y'all? Here we are at Intras.net. Welcome. We are about to interview two of the brightest, biggest minds in this industry. One is going to be Randy, who has the vision of it all. Another is going to be Jordan, who has the technical aspects of it all. And we are blending everything that everybody gets together with Indra's Warehouse. Here we go. All right, Jordan. So we are interviewing River Jordan it is, the technical mastermind behind the Indra's Warehouse for the media department. Mm-hmm. Okay. So obviously technical aspects, we know we've got the microphones, we've got the cameras, and it definitely takes more than your average camera. So we got a camera right there and there. Look at that. You see that? Both sides going. So there's more to it than the average Joe's knows. I could tell you, I don't know. Back to it. Okay, so Indra's Warehouse, in order to be part of the group, you have to be involved in the vision of it all. One of the greatest things I heard thus far with Indra's Warehouse is the information that's being brought and provided is for the good of the people. It's stuff that you can take home and implement real quick to better your life. This is the kind of thing that we want everybody to have in their hands, in their house, in their home, right off the bat. Okay? Mm-hmm. Jordan is the man behind the technical expertise.
I love that you say that because it is about the vision. Being a part of this is seeing a bigger vision, and it doesn't necessarily always have to be the same in vision. And there are some things that we do want, like we want a regenerative culture. We want to be able to create things, to build things that make life easier, that creates less suffering for people, and not just in this present moment, but all the way down the road, so that generations are thriving and gaining from the work that we're doing right now. And so to allow anybody to have access to this vision of what a happier, more sustainable life could look like, on simple things like food, water, and shelter, energy, things like that, and sharing that vision and making it fun and playful and graspable, not always a super technical thing, but something that can be fun and told in a story is really big. And so we want to make sure that everyone has access to finding solutions, regenerative solutions for these basic things of food, water, shelter. And there's much more that humans need to survive. Our relationships, science has helped us so much. Art helps us every single day get by and to be creative and to inspire. And so these are all things that we are focusing on at Indra's Net Media, is with all of these different categories that we have, and we're using the co-creator's will of co-creation to build these categories, is everyone can have access to this knowledge. And we want to make sure that people who have access, like I know you know a lot, and you are very intelligent, and you're very intelligent in a lot of different things, and you have a lot to share. So if you were sharing and creating content, that you could also create a package that is more in-depth, more intensive for someone to study from you or take a workshop from you that they can buy from you. They can pay either in cryptocurrency or they can pay in money, and you are getting paid for your content. And so we want to have open source content to really truly share the vision and the possibilities. And if somebody has a very specific way of mixing and building cob and building their house, and they have a whole 16-hour set on how to do it, then that's something that can be purchased, or you can just get the basic plans on how to do it yourself. So we do want to make sure with Indra's Net Media that there's places for performers and artists to create, and people that have solutions to be able to freely come together and discuss, debate, download, trade, And that's, in my idea, how we evolve very fast, is getting rid of the competition and coming into the collaboration. And that's what this media channel really allows, is for artists, creators, scientists, mathematicians to come together in a very fun, collaborative set and to build. And then if someone's really getting interested and almost wants to be like an apprentice or learn more about your craft, then that takes more of your time than what you're putting out for the open source. And so then people would be able to set, and we have it set up so that you can sell courses on here along with putting out free content. We actually ask that presenters on the channel create free content so that the viewer can get to know them and build a relationship with them and trust before they would ever want to buy a package from them. So it's about building that relationship, seeing which teachers, whether it's in health and wellness, you find a yoga teacher you really like, you're going to want to get to know them. Take a few classes before you go and buy a full, whether it's low back or shoulder pain kind of package.
Okay, well, let me sort of interrupt. I see the organization and layout of a particular subject. Now let's kind of go into the heart and vision and purpose of Indra's Warehouse. Obviously, you're not going to have somebody teaching finances on how to run their bank account. Obviously, because I know y'all, I know your heart, I know where y'all stand. You're not going to have somebody teaching how to produce synthetic drugs for the human body. No, the things that are being presented is what creates quality and heart for this channel. The things, the choices that are in here. Name a couple.
So, we want to make sure that people are bringing forth solutions, and so we really want this to be a place where there can be natural solutions, where there can be natural building techniques for building your home in a way that uses less plastic, less things that are toxic to you and to children and to the ground that the house is being built on. And so, in my opinion, and a lot of people that I work with here, like, that's super important. And creating natural solutions is really nice. And I also respect that I'm a naturalist. I'm a hippie. I like to be as close to the earth as possible. And that's where most of my solutions come from. And I feel like that is the ultimate technology, that we, the humans, the animals, the plants are the technology. And I'm open. I want this to be a discussion place to where maybe somebody did synthesize something. Maybe they were able to synthesize the frequency of a medicine and turn that into a sound and then just play that sound through headphones. And that's like very science and synthesized, and it's not something I would necessarily go to first. I would maybe go to the herb. And the point of the media channel is I don't know. And for people to be able to come together, and for the science mind that might be synthesizing and the herbalist person who doesn't, to come together and to be able to find places where they can co-create instead of argue. And so I feel like the more the possibilities there are in infrastructure or governance or health and wellness, and for these people to kind of get this feeling like this isn't a site to argue. This isn't a site to prove that one style of doing anything is better than the other, although we do want to find that out. We find that faster by collaborating. We find that faster by bringing in and having it be a peer-reviewed or upvoted or downvoted kind of system where the community itself is discussing, having these conversations. And so I have many ideas and views on what I feel like would be the best medicine to make or the best material to make clothing out of. And that's just based on my experience. That is based on my experience, and I'm open to having that be changed. And that's why we're really building this channel, is to allow more and more people to change each other's minds or add. Some people could come together and have two differing beliefs and realize that when they put them together, it created something they could have never imagined. So we definitely have the main vision and goal of creating regenerative solutions for community building. This is the time for humans to get together and become sustainable, become regenerative in our actions and in everything we do, every product we create, and how we choose to interact with each other and trade within community. And what that actually looks like of being regenerative, I have a really good idea, and I really hold to that vision, and I'm open to that being changed every day. And that's what excites me about life. And that's something like Randy's really taught me about, is you might feel like you're complete in your views and your how you like to do things, and sometimes letting someone in and letting them share their viewpoint, or seeing something from a different idea is really this concept of like building bridges. And I feel like we're in a huge transition right now in humanity, and bridges are really big right now.
The word collaborative is coming to mind really strong, specifically with the website, but when you said humanity, just pile collaborative right back on top of that.
Right.
So it seems like the website is bringing everybody together to work together. Unlike your typical website is how am I going to stand out? How am I going to be better than everybody else? How am I going to get everybody to come to my website? Now you're bringing everybody to the website so that the people can see everything together.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of websites use clickbait, and not all clickbait is bad, but a lot of it is like shocking, or you can't wait till you see what the president just did now, kind of like this next fear kind of tactic that brings people in and finds a polarity to draw them towards. And
I've seen that the type of websites that don't last are the ones that are designed in an attempt to get people there. But the ones that are designed to bring something to the people, those are the ones that continue to grow, continue to produce fruits.
Exactly. Amazon, eBay, Facebook, they're all about bringing your content and sharing it. It's a collaborative where you are the presenter. You're the actual person that's creating the content for those websites. And so I feel like that's why they've done so well, is because instead of being like, this is my idea and you're going to come to my website and buy it, these websites that are very popular and have been around for a while have been like, well, you are the resource. You are the art, or you are what this website's about. We're just kind of a container for you. And so that's what we're really choosing to do, and to have that container be built around collaboration.
Wow. Usually I have more questions and interests, but it looks like you explained everything I could possibly think of real quick.
Good. That's great.
I can't think of a better explanation of it all.
Great. That means we covered it, right?
Yeah. I mean, we'll try not to go too deep into it because it's just the beginning. But you covered it. Is there anything else I'm missing? Is there anything else we need to talk about? I mean,
I don't think so. I mean, I'm really excited about the game, you know? So we are devising a game, a video game, and this is just the beginning.
oh yeah,
You know?
the actual game. This website is a solution hub for people to come together and work together. And now we're building a game that does that.
Yeah.
Another level.
Definitely. So gamifying things for me is very important because it is a way for us to learn. You know, when we're playing chess or checkers, it's a way to have a battle without having to have lots of horses and men and women fighting. It's just we're able to do this little scenario, or like playing Mario, you're able to go and jump over these things without actually hurting yourself. And so if there's a way that we can bring solutions, we can test them, we can build community together on a gamified level and test and see what works, then that's so many resources that we don't have to put into actually building out a wall and seeing if it holds back the water or things like that. And real life experience is very important. I'm not saying this is instead of it.
For me, I thought you were talking about real life, not the game. That's what it sounded like.
In real life, a permaculturist knows you got to be there on the land, you've got to hang out with it, you've got to watch how things go. And as that data is collected, we can take that and we can bring that into the game and test other things and modules. So I feel like really bringing a lot of these solutions into a game to where people are incentivized to play the game, and you win and you make more points, or your level goes up, the more you support other people's projects.
Right.
And so it's great to be able to post and download solutions. And we're really looking to create a online multiplayer game where you're able to actually go into laboratories or arenas and work together person to person. So you're creating solutions and a system together. And so that is something I'm really excited about, and really getting content creators and brilliant minds on our media channel is the first step to really building the inside of this game and some of the possible solutions for the game.
Cool. Well, may that be one adventurous avenue.
Yes.
Cool, man. Well, at this point, I feel like details we could go so deep into. Let's move on to the next video.
On to the next
On to the next video, because there's more to come. Okay.